Welcome back to the Fandamentals podcast where we talk all things related to sports. Man, what's up?
Shoot, man, nothing. Chilling like you.
Right off the ripper, I know you saw the game, watching it. One of the other things, man, I was gonna ask you about. Just the Fandamentals. Welcome back to the Fandamentals podcast where we talk all things sports. What's up?
What's good? What's good?
Man, not much, man. Just getting excited. Training camp, is here. That means the season is right around the corner. You know how it gets. You know how it gets when football time happens.
Oh, most definitely. Oh yeah, it's about to go down.
Yeah, I know you've been occupied with the college football 25.
I mean, a little bit of something,
Yeah, a little something. How you like?
Different,
It
but
is?
still
Okay.
kind of. It's got a little curve to it. So I mean, we start to get better as it's done gone. But man, it's been worth the wait. It's a pretty good game. Pretty good game right off the box. So I'm feeling it.
So have you went through multiple modes? Have you tried the different modes or just mostly
Road to
on
Glory
Dynasty
and
right now?
Dynasty, you know how that go down.
Yeah.
Road to Glory. I started out with the Road to Glory character, see how that worked out, and then we get up on the Dynasty.
Yeah.
That's what we was all wait for was that Dynasty mode. You feel me?
Yeah. What position you playing on Road to Glory?
Running back.
Running back? Oh yeah. Running back. You either gotta go running back or linebacker or safety.
Yeah. I like to go running back. QB makes it too easy. I mean, it can be too easy. Let me rephrase that because I'm telling you,
I always felt wide receiver was the easiest.
Yeah. Especially if you get them to throw you the ball and how you want to do it, you can manipulate the game a lot with that. At least in the past, I haven't played wide receiver in the game like that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I tell you, in Dynasty, it's a different animal, bro. It's a different animal. I played Bama the other day, and
who you using?
Bro, they stomped them. Well, we got the multiplayer Dynasty right now.
Okay, got you.
Bro, so we did a little random, and I ended up with Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay, Yeah.
Missouri stomped the mud hole in me the first time, but they haven't really played too much, so I played against Missouri. They beat me like 51-7.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And then after that, I had to play Alabama, and they beat me like 49-14. I was kind of mad at that one though, because I kept turning the ball over in the red zone. That game, you throw an interception, they make you pay. They make you pay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of times they reading that. You just better have somebody in the back, because if they read that mug or you throw that mug to the sideline, they read that, they gonna jump that route. They gonna pick six.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They pick six real quick to the house. So that's what hurt me against Alabama. I turned the ball over too much in the red zone, and then I played Texas, and I was kind of disappointed because Texas, I didn't murder them. I beat them 13-0. Yeah, beat them 13-0.
What? Okay.
I mean, I kind of just milked the clock too, because they was allowing me to run, so I was just on some, let me go ahead and just control this ball real quick. So I was, I wasn't letting no mistakes. We were not doing it. So I beat Texas, and then turned around and beat it was Texas, and then I can't think of who was the other one. Oh, the school I just played. Texas. Can't think of it. They was ranked. It's another one. It was another SEC team.
Georgia?
Yeah. No, it wasn't Georgia. I haven't played Georgia in the game yet. But it was Texas. I'm trying to
Trying to
think
think
who
of
was
the
the other
SEC
one.
teams.
Who was on their
Florida,
squad?
Auburn,
Auburn. It's
Auburn.
Texas.
Okay,
I beat Texas. I smashed Auburn,
okay.
and then turned around and got mollywopped by South Carolina, which was
Oh
crazy.
wow, South
Yeah,
Carolina. Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't get mollywopped. I lost by 10, but the way that they played, I might as well look like I got mollywopped.
Oh
They,
okay.
I
Yeah.
couldn't stop them for anything. They ran, passed, ran all day long on me.
Yeah, all day.
It's like whoa.
Yeah.
And then I ended up playing LSU, and I stopped them over the whole LSU.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I
So
ran
it's
all over
it's
LSU. So
so
yeah,
so so in your expert opinion, would you say that home field advantage really plays a role in the game, or not really? What do you think?
it depends. I mean,
Okay.
like that. I don't think it's all the same. Like I might have just caught like LSU on a bad game because I was playing them in in LSU. It do affect
Okay.
a lot. You remember back in the day, the scream shaking and the momentum and the
Yeah.
lines. Your lines go squiggly. Your people can't
Yeah.
hear the audibles. That stuff happens quick,
Okay.
especially when
Okay.
you're
Okay.
going against the toughest places. So
Yeah.
LSU, my quarterback and my running back, they started out the game cold. They started out being rattled. All kinds of stuff was going on. But
Gotcha.
I was able to get some quick little. I'm telling you on that game, boy, if you ain't getting no
Yeah.
quick, if you don't get the ball out of your hands, you
It's
get
a
either
wrap.
sacked. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
You won't have no time to pass that mug if you ain't against the big top teams. Now the other smaller schools and stuff like that,
Uh,
you can kind of handle them a little bit better.
yeah.
But the top teams like Alabama, I could not drop back to pass for nothing. It was
Oh
like
yeah, they was
drop
on
back to
you, huh?
pass and you pressured. Yeah, I was pressured
Yeah.
every single time.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas
That's
surprised me that they didn't do that, but it's. I think when you get it, yeah, you'll enjoy
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to have it by next week. I'll have some time to. It's just been a busy week, you know. Plus, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I got all the kiddos, so
Yeah, yeah.
you know how that be. I be trying to focus on that. So,
Oh yeah.
um, so last episode I went over the schedule, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna have you when me and you get back on, we gonna talk
Yeah.
about the 49ers schedule. And and I don't know, I found, I wouldn't say y'all have like an easy schedule, but I will say that um it's not exactly like, it's not crazy, right? And part of that is because, I mean, I'm looking at it. You got you got Miami on there, you got Chicago on there, you got Arizona twice, and you
Mm-hmm.
got Minnesota, right? And you got the Patriots, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the and we don't know what the Jets are yet. But the hard games y'all do have are like hard games, right? So I mean, you're gonna have Dallas, which I picked y'all beating Dallas, and I had a whole explanation about behind that. And
I
I
mean, we're
picked
just
y'all,
gonna beat Dallas. Period. We got their number.
yeah, right. But you got teams like Buffalo, you got teams like Detroit, you got us twice, the Rams twice. Um, you got Green Bay on there, which I don't know if Green Bay is what they showed us last year. They have to repeat that.
Mm,
What is Jordan? Is Jordan Love gonna be what we saw last year? You know what I
he just
mean?
got paid, so or
Yeah,
they're looking to
yeah.
pay him. So
I think they're gonna pay
sometimes
him.
people after that they don't play as well after they get that first check.
Yeah. So we will see what happens.
And
So
then on top of that, the problem with the Green Bay, I think, is going to be problematic. I got to see how Josh Jacobs works with them versus,
oh yeah.
Aaron, Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Aaron
that's the
Jones,
thing
yeah.
there because Aaron Jones is a beast,
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
Josh Jacobs is a beast, and he's more of a threat in the passing game. So I don't know. He might be a
Yeah,
better fit, but at the same time, mm, Aaron Jones is a
yeah,
beast.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's gonna be that's a big part in what Green Bay does. Does that mold fit? how do they utilize that?
Hmm.
Week one, y'all have the Jets.
Nah,
Aaron
we got
Rodgers.
is it the Jets? Yeah, it is the
Yeah,
Jets.
week one, y'all got the Jets. September 9th. Um, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is gonna be back. Well, what are your thoughts? What you got? Because I have y'all winning that game, but
I mean,
uh,
I gotta taking a dub there. Hard fight though,
yeah,
because
because that defense
I,
ain't no slouch.
mm-hmm, that's the
Right.
defense that you worry about, and also they got a nice running game.
That too.
And
Yeah.
a lot of teams you see, we struggle with a lot of teams that have a great running game. You
Hmm.
know, if they can run the ball, they've been effective against us. So, depending on how we do this year when it comes to the run, a lot of teams that's run the ball against the 49ers have been effective.
Yeah.
Can't just throw it all day long. Well, you can, but it's probably best for you to put that ball on that ground if you can. If you can get
Yeah.
that going, because that was Detroit's problem. They went away from that, and
Hmm.
they were carving us up on the ground. We couldn't stop them. Green
Right.
Bay was the same way. Green Bay, they was running all day long. It is just like
Yeah.
they was running the ball, then they got away from doing all those things, and you know the rest is history. But you
Yeah.
when you get away
Yeah.
from doing those things, you know, I could see the Jets causing a little bit of issue defensively. They're really good defensively.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers has always been a he's always a problematic quarterback because he does not turn the ball over a whole lot. Uh,
Hmm.
he ain't gonna take he ain't gonna take chances that your Zach Wilsons and all your other run of the mill QBs ain't
Yeah.
going to do. So Rodgers ain't gonna put the ball in a lot of dangerous positions.
Right. Yeah.
So that's gonna make it even. That's gonna force us to have to create the turnovers versus just a sit and wait type feel, and he's gonna give us one. Nah, he
Yeah.
ain't gonna give you one. You gotta go get
Yeah.
it. If
You got to get it.
you
Yeah.
gotta go get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he'll dunk that man. He's one of the ones that'll just dunk the ball on the ground. Let's do another
Yeah.
down. He
Yeah.
ain't gonna take a sack like that. He's gonna dunk the ball on the ground and let's just
Yeah.
move on. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough just dealing with a quarterback like that. You know.
And y'all are still knocking off the rust that's week one, like
Hmm.
so. Depending on how much y'all play any of the starters in preseason, that matters. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's gonna be an interesting game. Now, I said week two is kind of a gimme because with Minnesota, outside of Justin Jefferson, I mean, what do you have? Like I don't know that they really have anybody to throw it to him. I mean, so
Yeah, that's true. But I will say
yeah,
last year they got us.
yeah,
And they were banged up, injured that year, last
yeah,
year.
yeah. That's true. That's
So I
true.
mean, but I don't see them getting us again this year. You know what I'm saying?
No, 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 not, especially not
Wasn't
in
like
week
we ain't
two.
have no. We had our problems of injuries and stuff too. A lot of
Yeah,
penalties hurt us in that game too. But
yeah,
yeah, I think we got them back this year. So I'm not too worried. And you always got to be worried about Justin Jefferson, but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
really too worried about who they got throwing it to him right now.
The
So.
the the you know you do kind of got to worry about that though, because it's like if you don't have
Hmm.
anybody to get it to them, you know what I mean. I mean that's where the coaching matters. Like, how do we get who is arguably one of the best receivers in the league right now,
Yeah,
right? Over the
that's a
over the
fact.
over the over the last few years, he's
That's a fact.
been yeah. So it's that comes down to coaching. But I feel like I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say it's easy. I did say some of the games were easy peasy, but it's the NFL, and none of those games come easy. It's always
Yeah,
hard work
yeah,
in reality. But I have a convincing victory over Minnesota for the 49ers in that game.
yeah. I
Um,
do. I see that too. I
yeah,
see. I see. Starting out 2-0. I think we'll
yeah,
have a little test against the Jets. Um, Vikings are going to give you a test just because they're going to put so much pressure on your secondary because
yeah.
of your Justin Jeffersons and,
Justin
and things
Jefferson,
like
yeah,
that. and so they're going to give you a little bit of problem there. Then we go to Miami. No, that's you
Oh
got
yeah,
y'all next.
yeah.
Yeah,
At
so
in LA now.
in LA,
Yeah. So
we're taking a
before us,
W there too.
so I on the last episode that I had recorded, right? I had gave
Mm.
the backstory, and I let it be known like me and you have known each other since 10th grade, and you know you being a diehard 49er fan and me
Yeah.
being a Ram fan, it's always a thing, right? It's
Hmm.
always a thing. Um, and that's just it's fun. I enjoy it. Now
Oh yeah.
I have us splitting. I have us splitting 1-1 this year. Um, I
We
so
split 1-1 last year.
we split 1-1 last year,
I mean, we
right?
didn't play nobody in the last game either, so it didn't matter for us. But
No, we not doing that.
uh,
we not doing that. We
we
won
wasn't
that
playing.
game.
We wasn't playing for a seating, so we was already, what I'm saying, we had it sold up, so we ain't have to play.
Oh no, don't do that. Oh, so now you gotta discredit our victory. You gotta
I mean,
discredit our
y'all
victory.
won. It's on the schedule. Y'all won.
Okay,
It
okay.
is
Hey,
what it is.
look,
Y'all got a W. I'm just saying we wasn't really playing for anything. So I mean, y'all had to play. You know what I'm saying? Had to get that playoff victory in
we get the home victory this year. We get the home victory this year.
there.
This is that's where y'all go 2-1. Y'all are 2-1 right now. After us, 2-1. We win
Well,
that
see,
game 24-21. We win.
I see 3-0.
Okay. Okay. I bet
The
I'm
only
a
reason why I'm just saying this,
okay.
we always got y'all number. I hope McVay can figure it out, but we ain't got to worry about Aaron Donald this year. You know what I'm saying? So
That that's the
we
only
gotta
thing
hope.
y'all
We
don't have
gotta
to worry
we
about.
gotta hope.
Hey, the thing is, you know what's mattered over the last 4 years though?
What's that?
In the playoffs is when it matters most.
I mean, this is true. Y'all got a Super Bowl the year that y'all beat us. So
Right. So
hey,
the
I can't
playoffs
say
is when
nothing
it matters.
about that.
Yeah.
I can't say
So
that. That's
yeah.
all that matters at the end of the day. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, usual. I mean, the way McVay goes,
Yeah.
he doesn't figure us out very well.
Yeah. I think that goes to uh the friendship of the coaches, and they have this kind of I don't know, I feel like they have like a certain kind of balance.
Man, but I will say, I'm just gonna be honest. We've had y'all number for a while.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I
I
can't argue that. I don't even have
mean,
I don't have nothing to say. Like the only rebuttal that I had was, you
y'all
know,
got y'all got a championship recently,
we got a
so I can't
championship.
say that on that. Yeah,
So
and that was off.
yeah,
That was off y'all beating us. So
yeah, yeah,
y'all got that
yeah,
one. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But we had Garoppolo, so um,
And Garoppolo's our backup now.
that's all crazy. That's gonna
He's
be
our
y'all.
he's
That's
our
gonna be y'all
backup now.
Achilles heel. They
Oh
gonna be
man,
like
that's wild.
Garoppolo. Can you tell us something about this team? He gonna be like, I don't know nothing about it.
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I didn't have to do
Uh,
much.
yeah.
Nah, but
You know,
I
go
think it's gonna be. I look at the Rams as a possible L. And
yeah.
truthfully, at least one.
And
Uh,
vice versa. Yeah, always. I look at the
but
49ers the same way. Like
you know what I'm
it's just
saying. So if I was to be honest, that is a game that you circle on and be like, it could go
yeah,
both ways.
both ways.
Um,
Yeah.
I would have to see how the first
Two
start of the
games.
season actually moves.
Yeah.
And then I could kind of, because y'all are kind of a mystery right now to me.
Yeah.
You know what you get with
A lot
San
of people are
Fran.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you get with San Fran, but with the Rams, you're like, okay, y'all coming off of getting hot last year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done, like I said before, the best thing that could have happened with y'all was the fact that Stafford, he didn't
Oh
have Cooper
yeah.
Cup all year.
Yeah.
That allowed other players to shine. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to
Mhm.
worry about, what's your boy name? I can't
Puka
think of the one.
Nakua.
Yeah, him. You got to worry
Yeah,
about him now. So now he has more
yeah,
options to throw it to, and not just a safety net to just Cooper Cup it up all the way through.
right,
And then
right.
y'all started gaining that running game again. That's what y'all been lacking
Okay, Williams.
for
Yeah,
years. So y'all are a mystery to me with how y'all going to perform. Not offensively, but kind of wonder how y'all going to perform defensively too. Because
defensively
Aaron
without
Donald
Aaron
did
Donald. Right,
he did cause a lot of problems for people because that's who you scheme against, trying to stop him from being in your backfield. You know
right,
what I'm saying? All day long.
right.
All
I think
day long.
all day long. Yeah, all day long. And I think that's where people like what's the name, Kobe Turner. I think that's
Hmm.
where like people like him got to step up,
Yep.
and we got Verse, from Florida State. I think
Hmm.
um I think people like them, this is their time to really step up and be something,
Yeah.
because you know um, now I feel like the offensive lines that used to prepare for Aaron Donald, where they would prepare like, hey, let's triple team him, let's
Hmm.
let's all of that. They're gonna get away from that a little bit, because they're like, all right, well, we don't have Aaron Donald to
Yep.
worry about,
Makes
so
it a little
that
easier, a little more
makes it a little
lax.
easier. Sets up some one on ones.
Hmm.
So um, so yeah, I definitely think that that's the time for those other guys to step up,
Yeah.
um, and make a name for themselves.
Yeah. So that's what
Yeah,
that's my worry against the Rams. Is just y'all have a mystery right now that, yeah,
yeah,
I think offensively y'all gonna be just just as strong as y'all always are on the
yeah,
offensive side, but defensively you're like, okay, so
yeah.
y'all don't have the Aaron Donald pressure, so where y'all gonna get that pressure on QBs
Pressure
from?
from,
Because y'all
right.
gonna, it's this just that changes the game when you have that kind of pressure against you every single time.
Oh
So,
yeah,
but I do
definitely.
think that that's gonna be a circled one to where I'm like, you might we could get had, especially playing early in LA. So,
Right. Yeah.
but I ain't gonna put that as an L on our list. So you got us 2-1. I got us at 3-0. We gonna
Okay.
go with 3-0. So let's go ahead. Then the
Three and
Patriots.
then the Patriots. Y'all got them at home. That should be a
That's a 4-0.
that should be cool. That should be 3-1. Uh, After that, 3-1.
Okay, 4-0. Uh, we had to get that one right.
um,
And
and then
then
Arizona.
Arizona's always kind of tricky too, just because
Yeah,
they
because Kyler
they can
Murray.
sneakily get you. You look at
Yeah,
them and be like,
they're
yeah, your
weird.
team
They're
is
so weird.
terrible, and then they
Yeah,
get you with one. You're like, how did we just
yeah.
drop that ball?
Yeah, because
So
you know what, with them, they'll have like this weird, crazy game where they score like 40 points, right? 42
hmm.
points, and it's like, how? Like, you don't even know how like it happened, right? Even when you
Yeah,
look at even when you look at the game, it's like they ain't even play that good, and they still managed to, like, they're just that weird team, and
just
especially when we're talking about like division within the division.
hmm.
Um, but I do have y'all winning that. So
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's another win there. I mean, if
yeah,
I really want to say, I could say, let's just go with yours. We'll be what 4-1 there.
4-1. Yeah.
I give you the
Either way,
Rams at home. All right,
for
I'll give you that. Whatever.
Seattle. Seattle's
In my heart
tricky,
of
man.
hearts, we still 5-0. Yeah.
5.
Seattle, yeah, they are tricky, but I'm kind of trying to figure it. I'm thinking we'll get that win there, because with Seattle, they're playing with a new coach.
Yeah,
That's one thing that sometimes is overlooked is your coach.
yeah. Because
I
Pete
got to
Carroll's not there
see,
anymore.
yeah, I got to see how they play under the new regime versus with Pete Carroll. Because
Yeah,
Pete
that's
Carroll,
true.
he did a whole lot of schemes and things that turned. I mean, like you look at what you call what's the boy name that was their quarter? That's their quarterback.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
why is his
man.
name escaping me now?
The one that had got drafted by the Jets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even. Yeah,
His
yeah,
name escapes me right now, but yeah,
yeah.
you didn't expect him to play as well as he did because look at his career; he ain't played
He
well
exceeded
anywhere.
expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they always can be a troublesome team, but I gotta see exactly how they really do under a different head coach. That usually can change the whole dynamics. I
Right,
mean, it can make you go from a Super Bowl contender to bottom of the barrel. I
Barrow.
mean,
Yeah,
I've seen it with my own 49ers with Chip Kelly. Uh, we're gonna move on
yeah,
from that.
yeah. Next y'all got Kansas City.
uh,
Yeah, so that is that's gonna be one of y'all hardest games. That's gonna be one of your hardest games.
truthfully, when I look at it, Casey,
Yeah,
I'm liable to give us an L there.
y'all are at home
Uh,
though.
yeah, but for some reason, they just have something about them that we just can't figure out in the end of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
You just can't close out against them.
Shanahan, we can't close them out, and I
Yeah,
don't really think that we're going to be able to do that. But then again, we are playing at home, so that is a
yeah,
different story than a neutral site with neutral crowd.
yeah,
But just to be honest, for some reason, they still got Andy Reid, you
yeah,
still got
yeah.
Patrick
Patrick
Mahomes,
Mahomes. Yeah,
you still out there with Kelsey.
Travis
You
Kelsey.
just got
They
out
still
there
got
with
they still got Chris Jones at
still got
defensive
Chris
end.
Jones there. You done made
Yeah,
some nice acquisitions in the offseason.
yeah.
You know, you got Hollywood Brown now. Is it not Hollywood Brown? What's his name? It is
Um,
Hollywood Brown.
yeah. Hollywood Brown. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got him now.
yeah,
You got the wide receiver that runs a 4-2 or 4-1 flat, 4-2
yeah.
flat 40.
Flat.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Xavier Woods is that his name? I
Wood.
think for
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah,
So it's like whatever he ends up doing,
yeah.
I still can't believe Buffalo let them just go ahead and scoop up the fastest receiver.
Let me tell
You
you what.
you're running around with a Tyreek Hill that's taller.
Yeah, and 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 you know what? Here's the thing. Over this offseason, like we have seen Kansas City become the fastest offense in the league. Like just with a couple things, they have
Yep.
become the fastest offense in the. Because I could argue that Travis Kelsey's the fastest tight end in the league right now.
You could kind of make that argument. I see some
Yeah,
that might be a little quicker, but yeah, you
N-
definitely can make the argument, and
yeah,
especially
you can,
he's still 30 something. He's 30 plus years old. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
So
like,
I put an L there for us.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
Reluctantly, I put an L there. I mean, I'm just being realistic, you know.
yeah,
We're getting a dub with the Cowboys. They're playing us again. We don't. I don't fear the Cowboys at all. They did nothing
at
all
all.
off season, so I mean, I'm not worried
Yeah.
about it. The same.
They still have things to fix with their team.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I explained this. I explained to people like I've been deemed a Cowboys hater. I mean,
I am.
I'll eat that because I, I
I wear it
it's
on my chest like it
right and proudly,
like an S
right?
for
Like
Superman. Just
right.
put the
I'm
H on that mug. Hater.
yeah,
Cowboys
yeah.
hater. You right.
I'm I'm not shame about that, right? Like I'm not shame about that, right? Um and I've been very vocal in saying it's because the fans, it's mostly because of the fans. Because every year they have this we're gonna win mentality. And it's like y'all haven't showed us in almost 30 years. Like, shut up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Like for real.
like how about win a playoff game? How about that? And then, and then holla at me. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
Win a
saying?
playoff game and then
I need
holla
to
at
see
me.
a couple of playoff wins at this
Yeah,
moment in time. You know what I'm
right.
saying? With the squad that y'all supposedly got, you know,
Yeah,
Cowboys every single year, y'all this big good hard name inside the what you
yeah.
call it, but technically
America's
speaking, when
team.
y'all play, yeah, America's team. They always going to the Super Bowl. They always got these immaculate records against these medium of the road squads. Then they deem
Right. Yeah.
Cowboys just so great, and
Yeah.
then they get smacked around by the juggernaut teams of the league. And
Yep.
you know, I got a W there. I mean, they gonna
Yeah. I
come
got.
to us again. They haven't done nothing. I think they lose. Do they still got what you call them as they running back? Oh, they
Oh.
got Ezekiel
They,
Elliott now.
yeah, they got Ezekiel Elliott back. I think Pollard. Where's Pollard going?
Pollard, I think he went. Didn't he go to like Tennessee or something?
I think he went. Yeah, he went somewhere else. I can't.
Yeah.
I think he did go to Tennessee. Yeah, I think he did go to Tennessee.
And then y'all bring
So
back rusty old Ezekiel Elliott. So I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I seen
like
what
that.
he did in there. I seen what he did in New England.
New England. Yeah, not
Nothing.
much improvement. Yeah,
So
not,
he's not
not
getting
much
he's not
improvement.
getting any younger, and he's not going to get much better.
No,
So
no,
I
no,
mean,
definitely not.
he is going to still be that force that he's always. Some just you just got some people that just run hard. So
Right.
I will give you that he's going to be that pounding downhill. If you need 2-3 yards, he might be able to get you that still. But
Yeah,
um, that's a
yeah.
that's a
That's a
dub.
dub. That's a
That's
dub.
a
That's a
dub.
dub. Then y'all got a bye week.
Then we got
Um,
ourselves, so that's a tie.
yeah, got the got the bye week. Then y'all go to Tampa. Y'all go to
Yeah,
Tampa, November 10th. Tampa Bay.
Tampa
That's a
with
tricky. That's kind of
Tampa,
tricky though.
yeah, because old boy is playing a little bit better.
Yeah, Baker
Baker Mayfield,
Mayfield.
he's playing better.
Yeah,
They still got weapons out there.
yeah, Mike Evans.
Yeah, so they still got weapons out there. They still could be problematic. I still give us a W there.
Okay.
It's one of those cautionary tale little ones because you kind of look at it and you're like, you could
Hmm.
possibly drop the game against Tampa because it's just one of them sneaky teams.
That's
So
what I said. Yeah, that's a sneaky one.
yeah.
That's a sneaky one. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
You got to be
only thing
careful.
about Tampa is Baker Mayfield can give you
Yeah.
can throw a couple of nice balls to the
Nice,
defender.
yeah, nice to the,
So,
yeah, 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 yeah. And
I'll take that.
y'all are coming off of a bye, so
Off
that's
a
the
bye
reason
week.
why. That's why I gave y'all the win because I feel like y'all are gonna
Yeah.
be fresh and yeah. Then y'all
But
got
the way that
Seattle
in this
again.
and then it's like the
Oh, good.
style that we play, we kind of
Yeah,
I
like
mean, we travel across this nation with the way that we play football. So, yeah,
right,
I give us a dub there.
and I don't really see a way for them looking at what they have. I don't see a way for them to be able to stop Debo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey, given that they're both healthy.
Yeah.
If they're both healthy, I don't. Even if Tampa can score, I don't think that they can score enough to stop San Fran from scoring.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
so I mean, I don't. They can't score enough to outscore San Fran. So
Hmm.
then y'all go to Seattle.
Yeah,
Um,
well, they come to us this
no, they
time
come to
around,
y'all.
so
They come to y'all. They come to y'all.
another W there. I think we get another W there. We done
So
already
2-0
talked about
against Seattle.
Seattle, and
Yeah, two
then
and
we
zero.
got Green Bay. Green
Now
Bay
that's
is
the tricky
tricky
one.
because
That's the
we're
tricky
playing
one.
in Green Bay. You're
And
talking
Green Bay. That's
about
what I said. Weather
November is starting to get a little
possibility.
crisp
Yep.
outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got to kind of figure out how is Jordan Love going to do? How are they
Right.
going to
Right.
run their offense? And
Hmm.
trying to figure out ways to stop Josh Jacobs.
Right.
Uh, ooh,
And that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. I'm I'm
I,
I'm gonna go Green Bay.
I, hmm,
Given all right. If I'll say this, if
I'm taking
Jordan
a dub.
Love, if Jordan, if Jordan
Hmm.
Love is anything like we saw last year, and they have the run game going, I'm just strictly going based on it being in Green Bay, um, possible inclement weather. I think there's a great chance that Green Bay might sneak this one out. Green Bay is just one of those places.
Yeah, they are.
Um,
This one of those places that my only thing is what I like about what we do
mhm.
because we're primarily a running team.
Yeah, for the
We
most
can
part, yeah.
cause problems in Green Bay even in that weather.
Yeah, that's true. That's a valid
and
point.
we like to
That is
be
a very
real
valid
physical.
point.
But Green
Yeah,
Bay, first, one thing you got to see is how Green Bay's defense is going to play this year. If they are
yeah,
playing to the level that they can play, I could see Green Bay being even more of a problem offensively. I mean, I expect our defense to still be pretty
right.
stout.
Pretty solid. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
and
definitely.
I believe we and hopefully to a funga that we had
Yeah,
the safety Troy Polamalu 2.0.
Right. Yeah,
Because
right.
he tore his ACL last year, or so hopefully if he
Yeah,
comes back and he's back to that,
if he's
being a
healthy.
disruptive force all over like he normally was, like he was,
Right.
I think we get him because he's gonna cause
Yeah.
a lot of problems just himself in himself. But I think we pull off a close win there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, right
You
after that,
know,
y'all have another challenging one in Buffalo.
so here's the thing. I didn't see Buffalo do anything that makes me scared of them.
Okay, fair enough. You didn't see them make the moves. You feel like they digressed,
I feel like
and
because they don't have when you don't have the receiving core. I mean, even though they gave up Stephon Diggs, let him go.
yeah,
So Diggs is not there. I mean, they got a
yeah,
solid. They still got okay receivers. They're just not a
yeah.
threat to me
Gabe,
like that.
what's it? Gabe Davis.
Yeah,
He's still there, and the only thing about Gabe Davis is he's not that every week quarterback. He'll have
yeah,
he'll have that like 110-yard game with like 6 7 catches
yeah.
every once in a while. He won't.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
seen him have that
The
every game. You're afraid of him.
Yeah, so but I mean, he gets the opportunity this year because they don't have
Yeah,
Stephon
exactly. Well,
Diggs, so
that
he does have
yeah,
the opportunity.
yeah,
I just got to see them do a little. I mean, no matter what, Josh Allen's going to scare you to
right.
that point because he is a
Because
dual threat
he's
QB.
a dual threat
You
and he's
know,
big. He's
yeah,
big.
he's
Yeah,
real big,
yeah.
but I just feel like they haven't done. Like, if I was to sit here and be like, if I was realistically to put it and being honest to myself, during these 2 weeks, if I was to pick us to lose to either one, the Bills or the Packers, I think we'll lose to the Packers more than we'll lose to the Bills.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So when I'm
It's
looking
still
at this as a whole, if I was to go the other way, I would say, okay, I do see a loss here. But after just breaking it down like I did, I would say Green Bay, we take an L. Buffalo, we come back and we beat Buffalo.
okay.
So
Okay.
let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm with that. I feel what you're saying on that. And right after that, I feel like Chicago is good on paper, but
Yeah,
we also don't know what Caleb Williams is. I keep hearing, I've heard that, oh, he reads better, like he recognizes the plays better, he's faster, but we have not seen him do it at NFL speed yet. Like, they're
no,
not in pads right now. Nobody's gonna touch him. Nobody's gonna hit him.
yeah,
He just signed last week, right?
yeah.
Um, so I can't say that I'm sold on anything because I
No,
all I'm you know
it's a wait and see. I mean, they got a
yes,
whole they're coming off of literally 1 year of the new offensive head coaching staff that they had, like the
yeah,
whole new everything there,
right,
and then you pretty much flip flopped a whole new offensive team.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Now
saying? So
they put a lot of weapons around him
yeah, they
though.
did. They did. They
Yeah,
definitely
put
gave
a
them the
lot of
weapons and the
weapons.
pieces. Now they definitely
Yeah,
did that. And so
yeah,
my thing is, did they fix that line issue?
yeah. That's the big part. That's the big part, man.
Ain't
Because
nobody talk about that. I mean, because
I'm
Justin Fields just wasn't just terrible. He wasn't
yeah,
terrible
exactly.
back there. He was
Yeah,
running for his life back there.
right. And so
So,
and that's the thing, right? So I keep hearing people say he held the ball too long. Well, what is holding the ball too long when you got
you
zero
have
time?
nobody
If you
to
don't have
throw
an
it to.
offensive line, what is holding the ball too long, right?
Hmm.
Because I seen him. make plays that were completely broken down because the offensive line, and him still make something out of it, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't I don't believe he was the issue. I felt like he was coming on. I felt like things could have happened had
Mm-hmm.
you given an offensive line
Yeah,
and
you
given
give
the
him.
weapons that y'all just given Kalen Williams.
Yep,
Caleb
exactly.
Williams. Yeah,
Exactly.
you
So
give.
when you look at that, it did, but then you also look at him as like as he progressed through the season, he got better and better and better because he
Yeah,
started learning how to think. Caleb Williams coming into a whole brand new regime, a whole different ball game.
yeah,
I seen what his last year at USC was.
yeah,
It wasn't the
yeah.
most impressive year he had because they
No.
started out top ten ranked team, and they were
Yeah,
putting up points, and then after a while you didn't hear no
yeah,
more about them. They started
no,
getting beat, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
dropping games. So yeah,
Hmm.
he's always I just don't put enough stock into him and that new team. I
New
think
team.
that's an
Yeah.
easy win for us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So because I mean, then they're playing in San Fran, so that's that.
Yeah.
To me, I get a W there. Then
I
week
got it over
15,
there.
week y'all again. We're splitting hairs, so you might as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna split. Y'all gonna take that L.
Yeah. Yeah. We taking that. We taking that L. We taking that L.
And
Uh,
then we go to Miami.
at Miami. Um. Yeah. Y'all. I have y'all winning that game.
I
I
think
just
so
feel like
too.
Miami is a good team against normal teams. Like it doesn't
They're
make
like the
sense. Like
Dallas Cowboys of
yeah,
the AFC. If
AFC
you really bring them
exactly.
down, like the Cowboys, they have this potent offense and this great defense until they play
Good teams.
stronger teams,
Teams.
and then
Yeah.
they don't, yeah, then they don't show up. Miami was the exact same way. Y'all
Yeah.
good until you play somebody who is good, then they get smacked in the mouth, and
Yeah.
they can't overcome that. I mean, I
Agreed.
have to see, but I think we take a win there just for that simple fact. They they just don't play well.
Yeah.
They just don't play well against good teams.
Against good teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we
Period.
got the Lions.
The Lions.
Lions are
That's gonna be a
always
good
weird
game.
though.
Yeah.
Lions are always weird though because they're one of these teams that one year they're, oh my gosh, the Lions they're coming back, and then the next year they're a tank job.
I I
I don't think
actually
that's going to be the case, but
yeah I actually think that I think it's gonna be hard for them to be the team that they were last year. But I still think that they're a really good team, and I actually still have them
mhm,
winning their division.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
I
that's
think they're
gonna
losing
be.
this game though.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
probably right.
yeah,
You're probably right.
I have them. They're playing. Plus, they're playing in San Fran. I have them losing this game.
Yeah,
The thing about it is they did a real good job in the playoffs against us with how they were playing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But one thing I noticed about San Francisco is not very many teams were gonna keep using the same strategy and beat you like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we done seen what you had last year, unless y'all switching it up. Because I
Hmm.
mean, but the Lions are loaded. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
they got a great team. They got a good defense. They got a
Yeah,
great offense. They
yeah,
almost mirror what we do offensively, especially.
yeah. With
It's
Amar,
gonna be a,
with Amar St. Brown
yeah.
and that running
Amon-Ra
game
St.
that they
Brown
have.
and they running game
Yeah.
they got. So
Hmm.
they're gonna be a problem. They tight end is a beast. So
Yep.
they're gonna
Aiden
be,
Hutchinson
yeah.
from on the defensive line, he is a monster.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be a problem. I
Yeah.
just still give us, yeah, I give us that dub. I give
Okay.
us that dub.
Close
I think
game.
in a close game we win, we grind it out.
Hmm.
Because I have a feeling Brock Purdy about to show out again, but show out this year.
You think
Everybody
so?
talking about him. I think he gonna do real well.
Is he an MVP in the MVP conversation?
I mean, he's a quarterback.
Yeah, always, right? Quarter quarterbacks always get the
He was in
nod.
the MVP
I
conversation last year.
yeah. You
He's a
know,
quarterback.
that's the crazy thing, man. Like
I hate it.
is the I hate it too cuz MVP is most valuable player, but it always goes to a quarterback now.
Yep.
Like it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like
I think was it
you know,
Adrian Peterson, the last offensive player that was not a quarterback to win
quarterback.
MVP.
Yeah,
That was the year
and
he came off his Achilles tear, and
yeah,
he tore everybody up. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I really don't like it. I don't like it. It might as well not even be the MVP. It should just be the quarterback of
yeah.
the year award,
It should
or
be the quarterback of the year,
because I just
like
seen
whatever kind of for quarterbacks, because
like yeah, it just should be that way. Because you look at other
yeah,
people's numbers. Christian McCaffrey was dumb stupid last year with his
yeah,
numbers. You got people like Jefferson
yeah,
and
or
even
even that
Tyreek
year.
Hill.
Yeah, that year Cooper Cup should have won it
Yeah,
when we won the Super Bowl. You
yeah. And
can't
it's
tell
just
me
like
Cooper Cup should not have won
he
that.
was dicing everybody, bro.
Yeah,
Like literally.
yeah, and
So
they still found a way to give it to a quarterback. So,
they're going to all the
yeah,
time, all the
all the
time.
time.
They feel like they're the most valuable, even though yes, they have a high. I mean, yeah, I mean they are. They run the
They're
offense,
yeah.
but if you seen how we talked before, how they disrespect running backs.
Oh yeah,
But there's a lot
like
of teams that if they didn't have a running back, San
yeah,
Francisco is one of them. If we didn't
yeah.
have a running game, oh,
Hmm.
we would probably be a middle of the road offensive squad. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
if we
I
didn't
mean,
have a running game, we're not
if
doing the things that we do.
Detroit didn't have a running game last year,
They're not doing
they're
what
not
they.
they're not doing what that running game was what that balance that they had with the running
Mm-hmm.
game is what gave them that jolt even in the
Yeah.
playoffs, right?
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
I
Green
mean,
Bay was another example.
yeah, Green
If
Bay
you
is a
don't,
great
because
example.
Aaron Jones, I'm talking
Hmm.
about him earlier.
Yeah,
He's a monster.
yeah,
If you don't have that running game, your team is going to be mediocre offensively, unless you're just on some dink and dunk Tom Brady or doing what. I mean, even look at the Dolphins. They
yeah.
have two of the fastest receivers in the game,
Game, yeah, yeah. Cheetah.
but when they become one dimensional and
It
that's all
doesn't
they're
work.
doing, it don't work.
It
It
doesn't
don't
work.
work when they ain't running
Yeah,
that football like they supposed to.
yeah.
It's not gonna
With
work.
Mostert and who was it? Mostert and
Raheem
was it
Mostert and
right? Yeah,
what's the other boy name? I can't
uh,
think of his name either.
Williams. They had
I don't,
Williams in there. No, that was the
I
year
don't think it's him. I think
Raheem
it's like
Mostert and
it's like Archu something. It starts with the A, I
oh
believe.
yeah him. But y'all, I think y'all, the third running back was the running back y'all used to have.
Mostert was who we used to have.
No, no, huh?
Raheem Mostert. We used to have him.
Oh yeah, y'all did have
Yeah,
him.
he
Yeah,
came
y'all
from
had him
San
over
Fran.
there. Yeah, he
Mhm.
came from San Fran. Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean
hey,
they coach from San Fran, so I mean, it's like he runs
you
the
know
same
what?
offense.
What's crazy is, well, I won't say it's crazy, but you know what be making me mad, man? When there's a player on your team and then they go to another team and show out like crazy. So like
Yep.
I'm gonna be mad if Akers, because the Texans done signed Akers.
Oh
Um
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I'm gonna be mad if he go out there and have
A
a
stellar
1100
year.
yard 1100 yard season with 8 9 touchdowns.
And you wonder why he ain't do this on our squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know how that feeling is.
yeah,
I see it
yeah.
all the time.
You
It was
see?
Chicago Bulls and
Oh God, oh yeah, yeah. Them bulls.
what's
Yeah,
his
your bull.
name?
Yeah, yeah. Your bulls are notorious
Marketing.
for that. Yeah, Lori
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
bulls. Yeah,
That's
that is.
basketball. We on to football.
Yeah.
Um,
Look, the last game of the season, y'all got Arizona. Last game of the
yeah.
season, y'all got Arizona. That's
I
an
mean,
easy game.
it could be an easy win. We
Even
probably
if y'all ain't
sitting our
starting nobody.
starters or whatever.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
if y'all.
yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give us a dub. Let me look.
Okay.
So I got us at 1, 2, 3, I say 14-3.
14-3. Okay,
That's with the L.
I
So
got
taking the
y'all
L,
there.
one with the Rams, Kansas City, and I
And
said
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay.
Okay. So 14-3. I got y'all at 13-4.
Where you got
I
our
think
where you got our other loss at?
it's gonna be one of these sneaky games, man, that y'all don't expect. It's gonna be y'all gonna dump one that
If
we
I
gonna
was
be
to
like,
give you that, let me see. So if I was to give in that sneaky game,
y'all gonna dump one that y'all just. It's either, and I believe it's either gonna be one of them sneaky ones, and it's either
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
Tampa Bay
Tampa
or the
or
Vikings.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't see the
Okay,
Buffalo
you
loss.
Tampa Bay and the Vikings. I don't. I say Tampa Bay
Well,
or
to be
Buffalo.
honest with you, I'll do this. I think it would be if it was any other game that we would lose. Sneaky game would be Tampa Bay. That would be a sneaky game. I could see that possibly being one. The
Okay.
other game would be the Rams. I mean, not the Rams, the Lions.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So if we was to
That's
lose
fair.
four, it would be either Tampa Bay or the Lions to me.
Or the Lions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know some of what's crazy is I always pride myself on like being a realist. Like I'm supposed to want the 49ers to lose every game, right? As a Rams fan. And
Oh yeah,
my
yeah,
my Rams my Rams brethren would want me to wish for that. But I'm also a realist and they have a really good team. So
yeah.
this
You
is
know
it's just not realistic. It's
exactly.
very it's
So I
very
mean,
realistic that they win 13 games, 13, 14 games. It's
I
very
mean, I don't see
realistic.
us. I really don't see us losing no more than four. If we lose
Yeah, I don't
more than four, I would
I don't
be
see that
actually
either.
shocked.
I don't see
You
that
know,
either.
I see us losing no more than four, and I see us possibly only losing two games.
Okay. Those two games will be against the Rams.
That's not realistic. That's not
No,
realistic.
no, I'm not being
I appreciate you. You
realistic.
know what I'm saying? You ain't being realistic there. That nah,
No, that's not it.
that's not it. That's not it. Nah,
Yeah, no,
nah.
yeah, you're probably
That's a
right.
good one.
Nah, yeah,
That's a good
yeah,
joke.
yeah,
That's a good boy, boy. Yeah, boy, you.
yeah,
Oh, what's a good
yeah,
joke? Nah, so
yeah,
let me just put it out there. I thought even before going into this, before I even looked at the schedule, I felt we would
yeah.
win 13 games. I
Okay.
felt we would go 13-4 this year.
13-4. Okay. Okay. So that's what I have y'all at 13-4. Um the now looking at the roster, what game are you most excited for on this roster? Which one excites you most to see? Like which one is gonna test y'all like you know to the elite,
Test us to the elite, to the.
to the yeah. Which one is the biggest test on this schedule?
In all honesty,
I say KC.
I was gonna say that. To be honest, I was gonna say there's two teams. It's either gonna be KC or it's gonna be y'all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
KC just
Okay.
because they've always kind of have our number. Y'all because there's so much familiarity there.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
much familiarity, and Rams 49ers usually have these weird
And
like it's very rare as a blowout. It's very
yeah.
rare that we just that either
Right.
one of them just gonna curve stomp each other. It's
Yeah.
usually like, okay, who's going to make the mistake first,
First. Yeah.
and
And
then it kind of goes from there.
I believe it's been so exciting over the last we'll say 8 seasons, mostly because that coaching tree with McVay and
Hmm.
and Shanahan and them going back to coaching together at Washington when they were on that coaching
Yep.
staff in Washington. So I believe with the history them two have together, I believe it's literally they are playing chess against each
Yes.
other and they both
Yep.
know how each other play. Like it's a chess match. And it's
Yep.
like I know what he's thinking. Let me try to do something different to throw him off, and they're doing that to each other. And I
Yep,
think that's
all
what
the time.
has made that such a great. It's made it bigger over the last 8
Yeah.
seasons.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I would agree with that. So
Yeah.
that's where I would put like those tests of your test of metal, how great your
Yeah.
team probably is going to be against those teams. It's always going to be, and how I feel about it, usually it's always one team that's part of your division that's going to
Yeah.
test your
That's gonna.
actual
Yeah.
skill
Yeah.
set because division games are always the hardest ones. I don't care what division you're technically in, they're usually always the
Yeah.
hardest ones because you're so familiar
That's
with the
true.
other team.
Yeah.
So it's
That's true.
always that one in the division, and I always say KC because they're just that type of
Yeah. They
team.
just won the.
Now, if I
Yeah. They
was
just
to
won the Super Bowl.
circle a game that I am probably most excited to watch, just to watch,
Okay.
it would be San Francisco and the Lions.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that. I would say the same thing. That would be the game most exciting to watch. It would definitely be against the Lions,
Yeah,
and
because
you
I
just
want
gotta
to.
hope. Hopefully, they're both healthy going
Yeah,
into that
because
game.
I want to see what they really are, and it's just the excitement to see Detroit more than it is. I mean, I'm always excited to watch San Francisco. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Always,
Right. Right. Right.
unless we're
Yeah.
getting our head busted in that game, then I ain't excited no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
But I'm always excited to watch my team play. But when it
Yeah.
comes to certain teams that you just want to watch, like that game excites me to see what the Rams are. I mean, what the Lions are going to be like coming into
Yeah.
that game. You know what I'm saying?
With
Like
Dan Campbell
you,
and
yeah,
Laporta.
and
What's his name?
you just
Laporta.
wanted
That tight end
exactly. You
Laporta.
just like
Yeah.
was their season a fluke or was it just they really
Yeah.
are this good? And I'm kind of excited to see that. The game I'm
Right.
most scared about, and it ain't because the team is good. It's just the ramifications of the things that come after if you lose to this team. It's the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
I come in here and I expect us to win, but as soon as
Yeah.
you lose to them, then how
Well,
about them Cowboys? And you
Cowboys.
never got
Now
to hear
he's not
you
winning.
never hear the end of it. Then the
Cowboys is not
Cowboys this
winning.
good? Oh, we going to the Super Bowl? We just
Yeah.
beat the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
We the best team in the league. I don't want
Right.
to hear all that, man, because y'all go and beat us and then go lose to Philly the next week.
Yeah. You so here's the crazy thing, man. Here's what I struggle with as a Rams fan, right? With the rich history of Dallas and San Fran playing each other and the feuds that they have had, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have like on Twitter or X now and all of that. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Rams fans that I associate with, and
Mm-hmm.
when the Niners play the Cowboys, see a lot of them live in L.A. So like when the
Yeah.
Niners play the Cowboys, they always pick the Cowboys, and I'm always like, no, I'm going the Niners because I live we
In
live in Texas,
in
and
the
yeah, exactly. And the things that I don't want to hear it. Like I don't want to hear it. Like I don't want to hear
yes.
how about them Cowboys? Like
You get tired of
how about
hearing
y'all win some playoff games again? You know what I mean? Like it's just they're so obnoxious. Cowboy fans are so obnoxious to me, and it
man,
drives me
you
nuts.
just can't. I mean, you just
It
can't.
drives me nuts.
I don't think people really understand that to be a part of another team that you like and to be in this state,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
hell. You know what I'm
it
saying?
is.
It's like
It is.
I got to walk outside and you see a cowboy decal on
Cowboy
a
fan.
car. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like,
I,
how about
I
them
saw
Cowboys?
I saw one today, and I'm like, the season hasn't even started yet. It's making me mad already. Like,
Bro, they don't understand.
yeah,
Just like as many people that don't like Stephen A. Smith,
right.
he understands how
He gets
Cowboy
it.
fans are.
He gets it.
That's every. You can't get away from it. Like
You
they got
can't.
a sickness of that they're going to always win, and if they
Right.
get any inkling that they can beat an elite team, they on
Yeah.
top of the world. They could be 1-14,
Right. and
and
then
win against an elite team. Oh boy, next year we set up right.
yeah, that's it. Yep, that's it. Yep,
Where did you
that's it.
get that from? Y'all been sitting there waiting on a quarterback to get you finally over the hump, and y'all ain't had one since Troy Aikman.
Right, exactly. And so here's what sucked, man. Here's what sucked. Last year I went to the Rams Cowboys game, right? And I'm sitting right in front of this guy. I mean, he's cowboy geared out. His girlfriend or wife or whatever, she's cowboy geared out. It looked like it may have been her parents that were with him. They're cowboy geared out. And in the beginning of the game, uh, Aaron Donald had made a play that
Mm-hmm.
that disrupted the offense. And I went, yeah, I hope we can do that all night. And like dude was like uh he said he turned around and said something. He's like, you're talking too much. Like I just said I hope we could do that all night, but all right, man, do your thing,
Yeah, you got
all
it.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. Like it ain't that serious. And I mean, and all game, and of course we got blowed out that game. Like we got blowed out. It was just a bad game, like all around.
Mm-hmm.
The special teams, we had got a pump block. I mean, it was just a complete
A bad game. Yeah.
bad game, complete bad game on the Rams. And I left that game and I was like, oh man, that was an ugly game, but it was a fun experience. I'm glad I went to the game. I had never been in this stadium before.
Yeah.
I hadn't been in the new one, so I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, that was cool. Like I like and all of that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as the season went on and we started getting better, and then the playoffs hit, and then all of that, and I was thinking to myself, man. And I wish I knew who that guy was because I would love to be like, hey, y'all got one, but look at y'all ass back in the same spot.
Yeah,
Back,
exactly.
right? Back in
It
y'all,
never
nothing in the
never
playoffs.
fails. It
Yeah,
never fails. And it's just like, what makes y'all keep thinking that y'all just this good? When y'all get
yeah,
to the
like,
places that like y'all want to be woo count, and
yeah.
then you get to the playoffs and it's just like, oh,
Even
there's
if
another
y'all,
goose egg y'all dropped there. Y'all
even if
dropped the
y'all,
ball once again.
even if they made it to the Super Bowl and did a little bit of talking, I'd be understandable for that.
Yes.
But they're not even winning playoff games. They're not even
None.
winning playoff games. So I don't want to hear it. Like I don't want to hear it. And like you said,
They
people outside of
they don't get it.
Texas, they don't get it.
They
They
don't
don't get it.
understand it. I
Mm-hmm.
that's one reason why, you know, I never liked the Cowboys. I never
Yep.
that and of course, God rest his soul, my brother.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Damon was a huge
Damon, yeah,
Cowboy
huge
fan.
Cowboy fan. Yep.
So imagine growing up in the household,
Yeah.
49er fan, losing those times we went to every single year the Cowboys went to that Super Bowl. They beat us to get to the
Yeah.
Super
To
Bowl.
get there.
So
Yeah.
imagine what I had to
Yeah.
go through my
Yeah.
whole
Grow up
entire
with that.
life
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
hearing
Yeah.
how about them Cowboys every single. And you know what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Hell
y'all don't
no.
understand how it works down here. And then you
Yeah.
walk outside and you see cowboy decals, cowboy
Yeah.
this, cowboy that, and I'm
Everywhere.
sitting there thinking, don't y'all have another team in Texas?
Yeah. The Houston
I'd rather
Texans.
watch Houston Texans than the Cowboys play. I love,
Same.
now don't get me wrong, I love watching the Cowboys because I want to see them lose. So I
I want to see
love
them
watching
lose.
them
I
lose.
watch them. I watch them. Hoping
They
that they
winning. I'm
lose.
turning that channel. All right, this
Yeah.
game's
Wait. If
over
they.
with.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I
Definitely.
mean, hey, I would be a Cowboy hater for the rest of my life. Hey, but if
I'm not
that's
ashamed
only
of it either.
it's like no shame. If
Yeah.
y'all win a Super Bowl, I will give you your props where your props is due.
Do. Yep.
But please, at least get there.
Yeah.
Stop all this. Stop. Stop.
Right now,
Get
just win a
there.
playoff game. Right now, just win a playoff game.
No, no, because they won last year. They won a playoff game last year. Didn't they win? Didn't they beat Tampa Bay?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
They beat
No,
Tampa
no,
Bay. They won that.
no.
Yeah, they
Tampa
beat
Bay
Tampa Bay.
lost to. Didn't Tampa Bay lose to
Mm-mm.
Detroit?
Oh yeah,
They
you're
lost.
right.
Yeah. Tampa
You're
Bay lost to
right.
Detroit.
No, they didn't win.
Yeah, because didn't
Yeah, because Green Bay was in the
Green
wild
Bay?
card,
Yeah,
and
Green
they went
Bay.
wild on their cards.
Yeah,
Woo,
yeah,
boy,
yeah.
damn.
Green Bay got them
Oh, they won. They beat Tampa Bay the year before
for
because they
that. Yeah,
played
yeah,
us and they lost to us in the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad. Messed up.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
did get a
But that's
win. Y'all got one
yeah,
win,
yeah.
and
I got
that
the yeah,
Prescott's. How
yeah,
many years that Prescott been their quarterback?
yeah. I know it. Hey, and
And he got how many wins in
and
the
he
playoffs?
wants more money. He wants more
No, no,
money.
no, no. Remember, he said in the press conference, he ain't worried about the money. He just like this. He
Yeah,
loves the sport, right? That's what he said.
yeah.
That's what I
Well,
heard. That's what I heard.
well.
The press.
Look,
So why ain't you
man.
taking? Why ain't you taking that little pay cut? You know,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is not. I think this is gonna be a slump for him. I'm gonna tell you why. I think the chemistry in the locker room is gonna be off
I think it already
because
is off.
everybody want their money.
Yeah,
Everybody want their money.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't blame Michael Parsons for wanting his money, man. Honestly, I
He
don't blame
earned
him
it.
for one. He
He
earned it.
literally
He
earned
earned
it.
it.
Now I will say this is one thing about the Cowboys, and I will say this all the time. Y'all produce some really good regular season quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all was doing mediocre. What old boy that's happy to be up in the what's called right now? What's his name?
Oh
Um, uh, uh.
yeah, yeah. I
I
can't
keep
even think.
forgetting these names. It's starting to kill me,
Yeah,
bro. Because
yeah.
it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of his name. Y'all
Well,
last quarterback, Jerry Jones's favorite.
well, they done had who was it? Kellen Moore. Was that Kellen Moore?
He was the offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying. Oh, yeah, I can't think of it either. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Honestly, Dallas produces some great play. Like they draft. Dallas actually drafts really well.
They
Like
usually do.
Dallas, yeah,
That's a fact.
Dallas drafts really well, and uh, and quite honestly, they um they produce what they draft, they turn their picks into some nice weapons, but they just honestly
Mhm.
who is it? Go ahead.
Tony
That
Romo.
Tony Romo, that's the name. Yeah, Tony Romo.
Look
The
at
t- the
look at his regular season numbers. If you
solid.
go off his regular season numbers, Tony Romo might as well be a Hall of Famer.
You think Tony
His
Romo's a Holly Famer? Let me see.
no. See,
Let me
no,
see.
no. I don't think Tony Romo is a Hall of
Let's look.
Famer. I say if you look at his numbers in the regular season,
It looks like
Tony
it.
Romo has put up some godly type numbers.
Let's see. What we
If
got?
I'm
What
not
we got?
mistaken, because I know he always had pretty good numbers.
Yeah. His numbers are solid. And let me see, 2006, 2006 was solid. It wasn't terrible. Um, he had a 95.1 rating.
Yeah, I mean,
2007,
but look at his
97.
like even his last year, 3,705 yards passing, 34 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Yeah,
The year before that, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And that's 3,828 yards passing. The year
yeah.
before that, 4,903 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, which was his career high was 19 interceptions. He's never had, except for when he's never had a season where he threw more picks than he threw touchdowns.
Nope, not even.
His numbers of 34,183 yards passing, 248 touchdowns, 117 picks.
Yeah, I mean,
If you look at
he's
his regular season numbers,
he's solid.
he's
He's
really
really,
solid
yeah,
as a quarterback.
as a quarterback. Yeah,
But once again, he gets to the playoffs, they can't do ish in the playoffs.
right.
Matter of fact, how many playoffs? Hold on, let me go look at his playoff stats here. Let me see. Playoffs.
Let's see.
He made his playoffs 4 times. He's won He's played in 6 playoff games, and only twice he played in 2. So when you play in 2, that means at least you won one out of those.
One out of yeah.
One playoff game. So he's won 2 playoff games in his 10-year career.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not. I mean, he
But
came
his
from
numbers,
Eastern Illinois. Yeah, he came from Eastern Illinois. Yeah,
yeah,
he's I mean, he wasn't a bad regular season quarterback. Now, here's the thing about Tony
that's what
Romo
they
though.
do.
Here's the thing about Tony Romo. You could always call a turnover. Like when he
Yeah,
did make the turnover, it was like in pivotal moments. It was like
yeah, oh
moments like
yeah.
where you were like, he's about to throw one right here.
At the end
And
of the game,
boom, he would do it. And he would do
yep,
it.
yep.
Yep.
That's Tony Romo's. That was his Achilles heel there. He
Yep.
always, every single year, he was guaranteed that he's gonna cost you a game,
A game.
and
Yeah.
it's usually the most pivotal game.
Yep. Exactly.
Division
Exactly.
games. So, he was a mediocre 8-8 quarterback for his whole career, just about. So,
Yeah.
but
It,
you look at Dak Prescott. He's on the same trajectory. You look
yeah.
at his stats during the season, immaculate numbers.
Right. How much of it is Jerry Jones?
Mm, well, Jerry Jones don't play football, so
He don't. But man, you gotta. Because historically, like look at Jimmy Johnson, right? Why did Jimmy Johnson leave? Like, are you gonna let me coach? Are you gonna, you know what I mean? Because
yeah. For those
Jerry
years,
Jones has
definitely
the
I put like 95% on Jerry Jones, especially those years with Jimmy Johnson. Because when you let him go, you threw your franchise down the drain. Now you did
yeah.
go back and win one with Barry Switzer after
They
Jimmy Johnson, and then you tried to go and get you know
Wade. I
was
remember when he got Wade Phillips, not Wade Phillips, from
Jason
from the Patriots,
Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells. Yeah.
He got Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
He couldn't. He didn't want to deal with Bill Parcells, and then you go and you get Jason Garrett, who was there for
Yeah.
way longer than he should have ever been,
Ben, right.
because
But it was
you've
somebody,
been
Jerry
cutting.
Jones could manipulate him. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So it's like he got the man that he wanted to put in the position, and that was his favorite or whatever, because he could pretty much run how he wanted to run with them.
Running. Yeah.
But when he started dealing with the ones that he couldn't control like that and wanted to be, hey, I coach, you the one that's
Yeah.
up there, sit up there.
Right.
They didn't have long stints with the
He got
Cowboys.
him out of there. Got him
Hmm.
out of there. Yeah.
Even though they won. They were winning.
Yeah.
Most of those was winning. Like Bill
Yeah.
Parcells didn't win, but Bill Parcells was kind of he was
Yeah.
past his time. I don't think
He
he
was.
really cared
Yeah.
about coaching like that to that
Right.
degree at that time. And
Right.
Barry Switzer, he won, but he wasn't no other pushover coach either. So it's just like now, then I'll definitely put a whole stake on him. Most of it's Jerry
Yeah.
Jones. Now
Right.
I kind of got it almost. I still put a lot more towards Jerry Jones because he hasn't done nothing to to give them something to really work with. I think the way that
Yeah.
he goes about his media press conferences and how he goes about these contracts, and like this year
Mm.
he ain't went out and got nobody for them. He
Yeah.
just keeps putting out these little stupid interviews that he's gotten, and it's just like that kind of conflicts with your locker room too.
Yeah.
You're trying to be on, and it's like everybody's wondering, are you gonna fire your coach, this and that and the
Right.
third, and you got these haphazard answers, and you're going through your all in, but yet Dak Prescott's still crying about a contract, or you got all these other people that you need to get. You could have got
Yeah.
Derrick Henry in the offseason if you would have
And
tried. I'm
yeah.
sure he could have game there. You didn't try. So
Yeah.
I put a lot of that on that front office, Jerry Jones. I give him about 70% of the blame for their distraught. The other 30% goes for your sorry team,
Yeah.
because there's no reason why y'all should be this stagnant. Y'all winning
Right.
regular season games, but y'all can't win a
Because
playoff
on
games.
paper, they're a pretty good team on
Yeah.
paper.
Offensively and defensively, you talking about a team that has a top 5, top 10 defense every year
Yeah,
so far, the last few years. Top 10
yeah,
defense, top 10 offense.
yeah,
Why aren't y'all winning games in the
yeah.
playoffs?
I think it comes down to pressure, man. I think
Yeah, pressure
with
bust
being
pipes.
yeah, I think with the media attention that Jerry Jones, it's about Jerry World, man. It's not
Yeah.
about Cowboys win. It's about Jerry World. So I think Jerry is so much in the spotlight. He overshadows so many
Mm-hmm.
things, and I think that just puts a lot of pressure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
I've never seen any owner of a team be showed so much. Like
Yeah.
no owner
Literally,
be
all
showed
the other
so much.
owners, sometimes some of the owners, you don't even know what their name is. That's how much they out of the
Exactly.
media. And
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, he stays in the media every single time, and
Yeah.
that's really bad.
Jerry
That's a
World.
bad thing for y'all, for the
Yeah.
Cowboys. It's like this is America. It's almost like y'all are more focused on trying to continue to be America's team off the field,
Versus winning. Yeah.
but y'all ain't being America's team on the field. So
Right.
y'all can't be
Exactly.
America's team anymore.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and put that up. You don't
They,
hear any
they
other team, even the Patriots, with their owner. He wasn't in the media as much.
no, Jerry Kraft, no, he
He
wasn't.
wasn't in the media as much. They were winning.
No.
They were producing with lesser
Hmm.
talent than most of these teams in the NFL when they had
Yeah.
Tom Brady. They were winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Now that's
Yeah.
a testament to Tom Brady and what
Belichick.
you call Belichick, but that shows that that was possible though. That's the chemistry that they have. That's the skill set that they brought to the game. They
Yeah.
were about the X's and O's. We don't care about this media stuff. The
Yeah.
Cowboys, they all of them kind of almost about the media stuff. They play really
Yeah.
good X's and O's when they want to, except for in the big games. Michael
You're right.
Carson, after a game, he goes on. He got his little podcast going on where he
Podcast.
start talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Then they got these little feuds where you got your brothers and your mothers and all this stuff on Twitter and stuff
Yeah.
talking
That.
about each
Oh
other.
yeah.
It's like y'all got to be in the news for the most dumbest things out there,
Yeah.
except
Yep.
for the X's and the O's.
And
What are
O's.
y'all?
Yep.
Any other team that you talk about, they ain't in the news about all this other dumb stuff. Maybe one player might be out and he might hear something about what they may have said or whatever. But they ain't out
Right.
here in the news. They ain't worried about nobody's podcast or nothing like this.
No.
Like
Yeah. Exactly.
it looked like the Kelsey brothers had their own podcast. But you know what they did? They still produced on the field, and they were mostly
Still,
about X's and O's. The
they
whole
didn't let
Taylor
that
Swift stuff wasn't
overshadow.
there. Exactly.
Yeah.
You got Taylor Swift. Everybody wanted to make the big deal about that, which I would say was the most annoyingest thing to have to deal with this whole
Last
entire
year.
year
Oh
was talking
yeah.
about Taylor Swift every single time
Swift.
she
Yeah.
doesn't play football. I
Yeah.
understand people love it, but hey, I don't care about
Every
what Jason
every
Kelsey and Travis Kelsey
every
and
time
Taylor
he
Swift are
did
doing.
something, yeah, every time he did something, they would show her, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Like,
Yeah, and they
why?
always had to. It's like, oh, whoop de doo, they're a couple. We see this all the time with Hollywood and NFL, all that stuff. Whoop
Right.
de doo. I don't care. What
Right.
are they doing on the field? But they produce on the field, and you see they got a ring for it.
Yeah, they did.
Sometimes some of these people shut your mouth, play football.
Yeah.
Jerry
Yep.
Jones, word of advice: shut up. Don't
Yeah.
say nothing else about your team. Just go
Just
out
right.
there, be a owner, make the right moves that y'all supposed to be making, and win
Mm-hmm.
some football games. Win some
Period.
playoff games. Y'all can win football games, but can you win the playoffs? Because the playoffs the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
only thing
it.
that
When
matters.
it comes down to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's all that matters. I can't say much because we done lost the last 3 Super Bowls we done been in, but at least we've been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's true.
People sit there, well, the 49ers ain't won a Super Bowl since 1994. That's right. You're right. We ain't won a Super Bowl in
Yeah.
a long time. But I've
Yeah.
been to 3. We've been to 3,
Yeah.
and Dallas hasn't even seen the Super Bowl. They can't even
Yeah.
spell super. Okay? Y'all ain't got the S yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
barely got the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah. We, we we talked a lot about Dallas this episode.
Unfortunately.
We
We
definitely
played
were,
into the hands
we
that they always want to play into, too.
we hey, but we wore our hater shirts proud.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Got that big
Yeah.
H right here, that hater shirt on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore it proudly today,
Yeah.
but I also wore the other shirt with the R on it. Talk about realistically.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
realistic hater. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Just
So
being
I
just being realistic.
realistically hate
Yeah.
on the Cowboys because what
Yeah.
I say, you cannot denounce that's what it is. So
Is.
it's
Yeah.
like,
True indeed. True indeed. Well, man, it's been a good episode.
oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, most
it's
definitely.
it's been it's been fun. Next week we'll record. I want to go over since the football season is starting,
Hmm.
I kind of want to look at the calendar and look at some marquee games, particularly some of the prime time games,
Yeah,
and go over some of those and this time next week we should have a little bit more info on some of the teams since training camps did start. All
yeah,
of them started today. So yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna go over next week. But things could change. We'll see if you know, let's say maybe the men's basketball team loses because they've been in all these close games. South Sudan, who doesn't even have an indoor
uh,
court. Yeah, so
I mean, hey, I will say this, just to caveat to it, all that. I know people talk
okay.
about, I heard about, them not having an indoor court.
Hmm.
It's harder to play outside than it is indoor.
Facts, facts. So that
We
that
ain't got
makes them, yeah.
so
I'm with
people
you.
you go shoot
Elements.
outside in the element versus
Yep.
you in no element and you shooting. I mean, the AC ain't blowing that hard, so
Yeah. Valid point.
so
Valid point.
don't sleep on that whole thing. That means that they gotta train a lot harder in elements, and they out there in Sudan area.
Yeah.
That's hot outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
do know it's really hot in Africa.
Yeah.
So don't that kind of element is a little bit different. So they
Yeah.
probably was feeling real good indoor, like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We ain't never ran in this type of weather before. We cool
Yeah.
in this mud.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah, I
feeling
can go
good.
for days.
Yeah, it's feeling good. It's feeling good. Definitely
Yeah.
feeling good. Yeah. Yeah. So, who knows? But right now that's what I think we're gonna talk about. So,
All
but
right.
yeah, man,
That's what's up.
we'll be back. We'll be back next week and we'll have some more NFL news for sure though.
Most
So
definitely. Most definitely. All right.
all right. All right, man.
Peace.
I'll be hitting you up. Peace.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right,
All
man.
right.